What's your initial reaction to a game that got away from you, like this one did today?
Yeah. First, you start with that team came out and played a hell of a game on the other side of the ball. We had momentum swings where we were taking punches and we ended up turning the ball over, having false starts. And things like that, and with a team like that, and you have 2 turnovers and a couple false starts or just overall penalties on the opposite side of the ball. With a team like that on the other side, they make you pay, and they did that today.
It's 2 really up and down games offensively to start the season. And did you expect it to be going better and clicking a little better at this point? And why hasn't it been?
I always expect to come out and play well as an offense. That's the expectation, but it's not really necessarily surprising or anything like that. It's new coach, new offense, and all of that, and a bunch of new players, and we're all trying to figure it out together at one. And like I've always said, move together. Everybody do their 1/11th and move together when the ball snap and go execute the plays that are called.
What happened on the interception?
Yeah, ended up rolling out. Probably need to throw it away right there. Tried to make a play, but I thought OZ was going to go high, and he ended up breaking flat, and it was just a miscommunication on the field.
What happened on the sequence with the 2 quarterback sneaks, the 3rd and 1, then the 4th and 1?
Yeah, just got to go get it. I thought I got it on the first one, and I guess I got closer. And then the second one, I would say I got it, and the refs end up spotting it back, and you move on from that play, but just got to go get it.
You and Ben had a long conversation after the 4th down one. What was the breakdown there? What were you guys?
It was just us communicating about what's next, and then also just him saying, maybe go right next time or instead of left, or whatever the case may have been. Because we got a bunch of yards on the first, or closer. We got more yards on the first one than we did in the second one. So, being able to, just communicate with him, move on, and get out there and, go and try and execute plays again.
What's the key for you in those situations of reading it right and then getting it?
Yeah, find the open gap and go get it.
You talked about having understood that it's a new coach, it's a new offense, it takes time to adjust. And it seems in periods you all didn't struggle to move down the field. So what do you think is personally missing from making that more consistent?
Yeah, I think it's just us being, like you said, consistent in the way of, our technique, our, the plays that are called, and going out there and being technical about and beating the man in front of you, and that includes myself. That's, and I think we just do that over and over and over again. Don't try and create any explosive plays that, try and be Superman. They'll come and everybody just do their 1/11th, and we keep moving on.
You had some time to kind of reflect on this on the sideline when Tyson came in. What's going through your mind as you're sitting through the last 7 minutes of this game?
Yeah, I think in that situation it sucks that your guys are out in the field and you're not, and that's frustrating because you put so much time, energy, and effort, and those guys are out there still battling, and you're on the sideline, but it was coach's decision, and you got to move on from it, and I think in that situation, I'm thinking of how can I help this team, this offense, whether it's me saying something on the field or to whoever, or completing one more pass or whatever the case may be, just to get the momentum going, get us going, and get this team rolling, get these guys rolling, and try and go win games.
How do you come to terms with an 0-2 start to this season?
Yeah, we got. How do I come to terms with it? We got 15 more games. It's the first 2 games, and there's been on multiple occasions teams that rally back and go on a run, and that's what we're focused on. To do that, you got to focus on the next one. This game's over. They scored a bunch of points. We didn't score enough. That's typically how football works. You don't score enough points when you go out there. That you tend to lose the game, and so being able to move on to the next game, next play, whatever the case may be, is where we're focused. And we all believe in each other. Coach says something extremely powerful to us after the game is how much he believes in each and every one of us, coaches included, and we believe in them. Everything that they put up. Everything that they call, everything that that we discuss, anything like that, we believe in them, and I think we just got to keep believing, keep pushing, and not let anything divide us or anything like that. We got to keep going. It's only 2 games, and we got to keep moving along.
Why would you describe what Ben said to you guys as extremely powerful from
Yeah.
defense?
Your coach, you go 0-2. Obviously, we're out there playing. We're out there, getting after it, and we just lost the game. And the coaches are a part of that also, yes. They feel it. But, we're out there getting after it, and we go and get our tail kicked. And so for a coach to say that after the game, that he still believes in us, and when it comes time that it's a big 3rd down on defense or it's a big 4th down on offense, that coach is going to go for it, and obviously in the right situation. But the belief is there, the trust is there, and we got to keep chugging along and find ways to go win the next game.
What do you see in your own performance over your individual performance over the first 2 games that you say this? I have got to get this on track right now.
First game, missed a couple passes. I think this game, hit some key passes and didn't feel like, anything was off. My footwork was solid and was hitting my guys. So I think I got to go look at the tape and figure out, this game, how it can help us, physically and mentally, maybe on the sideline or something, or talking to the guys, whatever case may be. But haven't figured that out yet for this game, and I got to go figure it out and watch film on the plane.
What's the dynamic been between you and Ben the last 2 weeks, where there's some tough film to watch? He's also been very supportive of you publicly. What's the balance there in terms of accountability and support?
Tough film to watch. There's always accountability with us and Ben. It's always pointing the finger at yourself before you go point at anybody else. But I'm not necessarily going to say tough film or anything like that. Like, it's football. You're going to make mistakes. You got to go out there and not be fearful of making a mistake, and that's how I play football. If something happens, all right, cool, move on to the next play, and let's go back out there, and that's the mindset for myself, and something I try and portray to everybody else. I threw a pick today, came back out there and tried to go down and score again. I think that's something that we're going to keep striving for. I think that's something that we're going to keep working on as a group and as a collective. But you always point the finger at yourself before you point the finger at anybody else, and I think that's the mindset for us and the team.
As a team, how do you keep the belief and the trust from eroding after a lopsided loss?
Yeah, we manage the expectations. We focus on ourselves. We're truthful. We're truth tellers. And then from there, you go out there and you work hard in the practice field and in film and things like that, and you come out the next week and we fight. Simple.
What's your initial reaction to the game that Rome had today? You guys obviously connected a handful of times.
Yeah, I think that's just us being together for – what is it, a year and a half now, or year and some change, and so being able to just keep finding that rhythm with him, being able to get in rhythm with the other wide receivers, and get in rhythm with tight ends and everything, just get everybody going. It's important to have everybody going and everybody to understand their role in this offense, that everybody is important. And I think today when you have a guy come out and he's making great catches for you and getting off a man coverage and press and all these different things. You want to keep feeding them the ball, and I think that's just what happened today.
Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. The Bears.